Girl Thursday. We made it. Another one. DJ Khaled voice, your girl Frankie Robinson checking in, man. Don't forget, check me out Monday through Friday, middays from 10 in the, well, no, not 10 in the morning, from 12 to 3. Hey, so, because, it's the quarantine edition. So, y'all, I am so happy that I have the opportunity to not only celebrate, oh, wait a minute. Why am I not? Okay. To not only celebrate the month of October for it being Libra season, Libra gang, 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 but also it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we have some, what I like to call superheroes who have not only fought the fight of, oh, here she is. She's early. Who have not only fought the fight of breast cancer, but they've also, I like to call them superheroes. Tonight's guest is none other than Miss Ebony Love, and she is on. There she is.
Hey.
Happy Big Girl Thursday.
Happy Big Girl Thursday.
You look so pretty, and I see you
Thank
doing exactly what you always do when I talk to you, and that's something.
you. Get into the paper.
Yes, as you should, girl, as you should. Shouts out to everybody that's checking in, man, with us. This is a very special edition of Thick Girl Thursday. It is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month edition, and I am celebrating this good fight and one. There's something that you are still fighting the fight. We got a chance to talk to you briefly
Mm-hmm.
for our Sister Strut. You were our guest on Sister Strut, and you shed a little light on it a little bit. It was kind of quick, so we didn't get a chance to get it done. A lot of people in this forum, they didn't hear your story. So I want you to tell everybody, first of all, this is Ebony Love.
Yes.
She is
How
the
y'all
owner of the Jerk Pit. Got my t-shirt. The Jerk
got your shirt on,
Pit.
girl. That's right.
And I
That's
got
like
my
French, okay?
I got my Breast Cancer Awareness Month hat on.
I love that.
Yep. And she's the owner of the Jerk Pit with her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And she is also a good friend of mine. Her father is a very good friend of the station. If you know him, you love him. Everybody knows Mr. Gus Redman. Gus has been in the music business for what, over 50 years now?
Girl, I think since he was maybe like 13, he said he was hopping on the road doing tours. So,
Man, he is not playing
you're not playing.
any games. And I love Gus. Shouts out to Gus. I'm sure he's watching tonight.
Hey,
So
Daddy.
yeah, let's get right into it. Let's talk. Oh, it is nice, y'all. Real quick, jerk this got some bomb on it, too.
We got some
It was
bomb.
an bomb.
We gonna
So
talk
a
about
lot of people,
it.
yeah, a lot of people don't know your story. So just tell everybody, when were you first diagnosed?
I was first diagnosed in 2009. At that time, I was 25 years old. I'm giving away my age, but I was 25 years old.
Okay, you look good.
Um, thank you, baby. And it was surprising for me because to be so young, I didn't even know that it was possible that I could get my
Mhm.
cancer. It wasn't something that ran in my family. Um, there was other cancer diagnoses in my family. I had like a great aunt who had it a little bit when I was a little younger, maybe when I was like 15, 16 that I saw go through it. But nobody really, really close to me had went through that. And when I first got diagnosed, it was very odd because like all my aunts and my mom, they all had been through scares, but they were all not. They weren't cancerous. They were just having nodules and whatnot, and it wasn't no big deal. It wasn't anything for them to really like have to follow up and have treatment for or anything like that. It was just 'cause they had dense breasts. Women, we tend to go to the doctor and they say, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. You know, you're a black woman, you have dense breasts, we get nodules or we get little things. We tend to get them around the time of our period and whatnot. And so that's what the doctor thought at first with me. And so for about 2 months, we looked at it. They just had me follow up with doing, just come back in 2 months. So when I went back in, they were like, okay, well, let's do an ultrasound because nothing has changed. The nodule is still there. And when I did the ultrasound, then they said, okay, well, it's abnormal. So from there, they were like, okay, well, let's just go in. Let's just go in and take it out, and we'll see what it is from there. So when they went in and they took the nodule out, they came back into the room and told me that it was cancer. And at the time, they said that it was stage 0 cancer. So that means like it's non-invasive. It's just in one spot, one location. It's not, spreading to any other parts of the body or organs or through your blood or anything like that. And so I was like, okay. I wasn't really scared until maybe like 2 weeks later when they started talking about, okay, well, we're going to do radiation. So I said, okay, well, we're going to do radiation. I had to do that for, I want to say, it was like 6 weeks of radiation, and I had to do that every day, Monday through Friday, same time, every day. And radiation isn't a joke. Radiation is like being fried, baked, and grilled. Okay, so every day they're targeting that one same spot, and as time goes by, that spot is getting darker and darker. It's burning. You're having it's like 3rd-degree burns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the skin starts peeling. You see rawness. It's real serious. So I did that, and then after that, I kept doing a little follow up. So the follow ups were every 6 months. I would have to go in and get like a mammogram. Have to do MRIs and things of that sort. After about a year and a half, when I went back, they were like, "We see something again." And so they were like, okay, let's do a biopsy. So I did a biopsy. It was painful, because they take a needle and they go in and they take like a piece of what they see. And then they, look under it under a microscope to just see, a little closer what it is. Because, it's better than looking at it through just a magnifying glass through a scan. So when they came back with those results, they were like, okay, well, the cancer is back. I said, okay, well, what's my options now? And they told me that my options was to do, to get my breast taken off, a mastectomy. So I said, okay.
Wow.
I said, okay. I'm 27 at the time. I said, okay, so we're going to do a mastectomy.
Wow.
So I did a mastectomy. After I did the mastectomy, I said, okay, well, I'm 27. I got to have something there. So I said, let's do reconstruction surgery. So I went ahead, I did reconstruction surgery. And that's, basically reconstruction is putting a false breast
Giving you a
into
new
your chest.
boob, right?
So I got a new boob. I'm like, okay. I never had real boobs to begin with. So I'm like, I'm going to have something a little cute. I wanted to do both, but I went ahead and just did the one breast because let me mind you, I always had it on being one breast and never spread it to the second breast. So I went ahead and did that. I got the boob done. Then they said, okay, you got to do chemotherapy. This time it was stage 1. I said, okay. So because I had it already one time, they said that was the reason I needed to do the chemotherapy to make sure that it doesn't come back again. So stage 1 cancer, chemotherapy, it's like taking the worst cocktail in your life. You're going every week, every other week. And it was like I was alternating chemotherapy drugs. So like 1 week I would do one thing and the following week I would do a different thing. And then I did that like 4 rounds of that. And then I had like 6 weeks of a whole nother type of chemotherapy drug. And that causes you to bald, and it's not just balding on your hair. You lose your eyebrows, you lose your eyelashes, your underarm hair, your private hair, your leg hair, everything goes. And so that's what a lot of people don't realize, that it's not just, the hair on your head.
Right.
You're losing everything. On top of that, it makes your tongue turn colors, your fingernails start coming off.
Oh my
Like they
God.
start literally peeling off, and they're like dark to it's really bad. I got really bad neuropathy, like in my hands and my feet. It was hard to walk. I literally had like a handicap sign when I went places because I needed to park right in the front just so I could get out. I didn't want to go nowhere, because it took a lot, because the chemotherapy, The thing about chemo is the cancer itself doesn't hurt. It's the chemo that puts you down. You know what I mean? So the chemotherapy, it doesn't know how to differentiate what's good and bad cells in your body. So it takes the good and the bad away. So that's why the hair goes away, because it doesn't know how to differentiate and say, okay, this is this and this is that. You know, it's trying to kill off everything at one time, but at the same time, it's killing the cancer. You know, so you know, I just went through a lot of different levels of pain with it. You know, so once I was done with chemo, they said I wasn't going to do radiation again because I had already did radiation once, and really you're not supposed to do it twice. Okay. So, you know, I'm healing from that, right? I done grown all my hair back. Everything's all good. A year and a half later, comes back. I have a third diagnosis. This time, mind you, I done took the breast off already. So now the cancer is growing on my chest wall, which is the wall behind your breast, which is pretty much your bone, you know. So now they consider the cancer to be stage 4.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So with that, they told me I was pretty much gonna have to do everything again. So I had to strip off the the reconstruction breast. I had to do chemotherapy all over again. I had to do radiation all over again. So now it was a combination of doing all 3. The difference this last time was that with the chemotherapy, I ended up doing a trial. So, and this is another thing. So with like breast cancer, there's all types of different breast cancers. Like it's based off of different things. It could be based off of you having too much estrogen in your body. It could be based off hereditary genetics. It could be based off having too much progesterone in your body. It's like HER2 plus positive, negative. There's all types of different breast cancers. Mine was estrogen positive. So mine was coming off of my hormones. I guess my hormones was raging. And so my the cancer was feeding off of my hormones, off of my estrogen.
Wow.
So they have different types of chemotherapy, what they call cocktails. And the cocktails are what, you know, it is based off of which type of breast cancer you have. So because I had already did the last one and it didn't obviously work for too long, they were like, okay, well, let's do a trial. So I ended up doing a trial that wasn't even really made for my type of breast cancer. And it was horrific too. You know, it was like going through everything all over again. Here I go, back bald all over, you know. Gotta go through radiation all again. Here I'm burning on my skin now for the second time. This ain't the first time. Now I'm going back in, so now it's even worse because it's the same skin, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm going through radiation a whole nother time. So it's inflicting even more pain on me. And then, like I said, I had to do surgery again. So I get through that. After that, you know, they tell it's like all types of different stuff I got to do now. Like I do this chemotherapy once a month. It's not like, and this was in 2013 when I last went through it. So it's been 7 years now. So
And you still have to take it?
I still take like a monthly injection that I get in my butt. So they stick a needle in my butt. Okay. So I get an injection monthly that they have to put into my butt. I have to go down to the hospital every month. And it's not like as harsh of a chemotherapy because it is more so, it kind of like takes me down for like the day of, but after that, I'm pretty much fine. Whereas with the other chemotherapies, it's like you feel bad for like 5 days.
Right.
After you take it, you know. So imagine going to get chemotherapy and you feeling bad for 5 days and you got 2 more days before you gotta go back. Like those 2 days, I'm like rushing to do everything. Like, let me go grocery shopping. Let me go to the mall. Let me do this with my son. You know, let me do this with my husband. Let me take care of everything I can within them 2 days because you know it's back to what my new norm is after that.
Right.
Yeah. So it was tough, but like I said, it's been 7 years. I've been doing this monthly injection, and it's been working. And the trial obviously worked. So sometimes, you know, I say people they scared to do trials because they feel like they're guinea pigs. Well, I was a guinea pig, and it saved my life thus far. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. Girl, it's a lot.
Ooh.
It's a lot.
Yeah, because we didn't go into depth the first time we
No,
talked, 'cause we
I
didn't have that
didn't.
much time.
Yep.
I didn't know all of that. You know, my father is a cancer patient.
Really.
Um, he has liver cancer. He had
Okay.
prostate cancer. He was first diagnosed with prostate cancer, and they removed the prostate. So that took care of that. But then it came back.
Right.
And then today, my mom was telling me that she saw something possibly in his spine. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, so we're just gonna stay prayed up because it's very early stages, and they
Yeah.
probably can catch it, whatever it
Right.
is. But
Hmm.
um, he had a different kind of treatment. He had the spear treatment,
Okay.
where I don't know if you've heard of that, but what they do is they inject the liver with the spear, which is like time release chemo in,
Oh, okay.
in the
So it's
spot.
like
So he does. Yeah, so I mean, he does have medication for cancer. I think he takes on a regular, but I don't think it's the same as the chemo situation.
right,
So I've
right.
never really got a chance to
To see
see it
witness that.
right, to witness it up close and personal. But I do know Eva, who was on here last week.
Right. Hey.
Yeah, hey girl, she really. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Star Lady. She really explained it to me in depth as well, but she didn't explain it like how you just did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, it has those effects on people.
Oh yeah.
And then a lot of people also, I don't think a lot of people know that men can catch breast cancer too.
Oh yes, they can. I went and got my injection 2 days ago, and there was a man in the hospital, and and where I go is the breast center, so it's mostly just that, so you can kind of identify who's who there. And I've seen plenty of men coming in and out of there, so men check your chest wall too. Check your breasts, check your nipples.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
serious. You can definitely be a recipient of breast cancer as well. Go
Yeah,
try.
I have a friend of mine, and a friend to the station, my Gabs. He's been fighting a good fight. He's been fighting it for quite some time. It left, came back. Thank you. Thank you, Star Lady. And it's like, this cancer thing is crazy. How did it change your life? And how do you look at things now since you've been cancer free or from when you were first diagnosed?
Yeah. So like I told you before, I'm like straight mind over matter. Like that is the way to go. And I've come across so many people since and while going through it who I told that same advice. I've talked to women who didn't want to do anything about it, and I've talked them into going forward with doing chemotherapy, doing the surgery, like fight for your life. Don't give up, because don't be scared because you're going to lose some hair and you're not going to look so appealing, it'll come back, you know. Um, so I always put my mind over my matter in the situation because if you let the matter control the situation, it will take you. You have to control it. Um, so I've become very humble. Like I can say that prior to going through all of this, I was very vain. I'm not going to even lie about that. I was a very vain person. I was very into how I looked. Every little piece of me had to be correct. Um, I didn't really value, I guess, life as much. And now it's such a big deal to me, and I knew I needed to fight to be here for the people who love me. I have a son, I have a husband, I have a mother and father who are still here. I have lots of family and friends who were very supportive of me during the time. And I didn't want anyone to see me leave here and know that I didn't fight my hardest. So it's a lot of things got put into perspective for me. You get what I'm saying? Like just
Mhm.
to see who's there for you and who's not there for you, and you know who's willing to fight for you, because the people that are around you, they're survivors too.
Mhm.
They are definitely survivors too. They're watching you go through that pain. Like my guy, he was literally my doctor during everything. Like he was the one writing down, okay, you took this medicine at this time, and on top of me to say, okay, it's time to do another dose of this. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't fight for myself. I was like
Mhm.
so out of it. Like I was nauseous all the time. I would sleep
Mhm.
all the time. I would literally get up for like an hour. I didn't have an appetite. At one time I remember I had to be rushed to the emergency room because I didn't want to drink water. It was like something where like my brain was telling me don't hydrate yourself. You know what I mean? So I like literally had to be forced by my family to drink, to eat something because I didn't have a will to want to do it because I just felt so out of it. You know, you feel so drained and so sleepy that you don't even want to get up. I remember one time I was bleeding after the surgery from the scarring and stuff, and I was so tired I didn't even want to say I was bleeding because I didn't want to have to get up and go to the doctor.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was just so tired. I'd rather had just laid there than so.
Wow.
The people around you are survivors as well. They really
Wow.
are.
We just want to
So
urge. I, I'm sorry, what you said?
no, I was just saying, they're survivors, and you have to appreciate, when you do have that assistance and that help around you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's hard, when you see your loved ones struggling and going through
yep.
um that, and fighting that fight. Um, what do you feel? And we want to urge early detection. We want to urge
Oh
women to go get mammograms. It's
yeah.
do self-examinations. Make sure when you ladies go get your annual exams with the gynecologist.
Yep.
Please, how do you feel about early detection?
Oh, early detection is key. Like seriously, if you wait too long, it can be like a matter of life and death. Like I know so many people that are like, I don't want to go to the doctor because I'm scared. I don't want to know the results. But you can wait so long till you sitting on your deathbed and you don't have no options to fix it. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, if I didn't take the risk of making notes to my doctor myself, I could not be here
Wow.
because I was the one who found the lump. I was 25 years old. I wasn't going to the doctor and having mammograms or anything like that. It was
Did
a
you
lump
do a
that
self-exam? That's how you found it?
I didn't do a self exam. I literally was looking in the mirror and saw it. I
Mm,
literally the lump
right.
was visible to me looking in the mirror at myself. I said, "Oh, it's a glare. Like, what is that?" And so I went to the doctor for just my little annual checkup, and I told her, I made mention of it. She said, "Oh, it could be just because of your period." She said, "We'll look at it again." She said, "If you still see it in a month or so, call me back and we'll make an appointment." I called her back. They not gonna call you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna call you and say, "I need you to come back in. It's been a month, or is it still there?" You have to follow up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I had to call her and say it's still there. So then that's when she went ahead and gave me the referral to say, "Okay, let's go. Let me send you to the breast center. Let you go get an ultrasound. Let you go do the mammogram." Don't be scared of no mammogram pressing on your breast. It's not that painful.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
that
Can-
painful.
Cancer is way more
It's
painful than
way more
chemo.
painful. It's way more painful. And the suggestion is to wait till you're 40 to even go get a mammogram. But if you feel something and you see something, request it. They'll give it to you. They'll give it to you. But
Man,
you gotta
that's wow.
take care of yourself, take care of home. And the home is the body, you know.
What do you have to say to somebody that's watching this right now that just found out that they were diagnosed or that they are in the process, in the midst of fighting a good fight?
Keep your head up and listen to the doctors, and get second and third and fourth opinions because I did. Um, after my first diagnosis, I wasn't really feeling my doctor. That was someone who was referred to me from my primary physician. When it was time for them to talk about mastectomies and stuff to me, I was like, okay, I got to go get a second opinion. And I went with my second opinion doctor, and I took what he had to say and I rolled with it. Um, I had some very courageous women hold my hand through the whole experience. If y'all know Barbara Bates, she's a pastor
Yeah,
out of here. She took my
shouts out
hand
to
and
Robert
said,
Blake.
yes, she took my hand. Dana Divine, she used to work for GCI. She
Yes,
the one who put me in contact with my oncologist. because he wasn't
Wow.
even taking more patients. She
Wow.
she
Shouts
took
out to Dana.
yeah, she took me and said, "Look, doctor, see her. She's a young lady. She needs help. She doesn't know what to do. I was scared. My son was like 3, 4 years old. It was scary for me. You know, so those women took my hand and led me to the doctor that I ended up going with and making sure that he helped me to keep on with my purpose in life. And to be here and to fight the
Wow.
fight. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, ordinarily, this is the time when we get a little naughty. But
No.
I'm gonna let you slide. I'm gonna
You
let you
glad, girl?
slide because of several reasons. One, you at work, and I know it's customers coming in and out
Oh,
of there.
they coming in. It's busy in here right now.
Two, I know your daddy watching, and I ain't trying to hear it. I don't want no problems. I don't
Yeah,
want.
what the problems?
And three, I want to take this time to make an announcement. I thought about it today, and it's something that I want to do. And what I want to do is I want to have a giveaway for a young lady, a young man, whoever is a superhero fighting the fight of breast cancer right now. So if you guys know someone who is fighting the good fight, I'm going to give away a wig courtesy of Just Meat Extensions. Yep, a beautiful lace front wig, child. Yes, I am.
Oh,
I'm
and
gonna,
those are a blessing. Trust me, I done spent lots of money on those. Like,
yeah,
chemotherapy trying to look good. So I know.
yep. And she's such a sweetheart. Nika is such a sweetheart that she's gonna customize it and everything and have it ready so that when we ship it to you, you just put it on and go. Also, big shout out to Leaf Therapy. They specialize in CBD massages and treatments, and they have all kinds of products like bath salts and things of that nature. And she was just telling me that they have a lot of customers who are cancer patients, and they love their products. So they're
Okay.
also going to be a participant.
Shout out to Leafly. Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Leaf Therapy. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some other between now and tomorrow because I'll be launching it officially. If not tomorrow, then Sunday.
Okay.
Um, but oh, good, Star Lady. Yeah, if you guys know someone who has a story, feel free to DM me. Give me a short, paragraph on your story, or you can even voice record because you have that option. And then voice record me, tell me your story, give me the information. And what we're going to do is we're going to randomly select someone who we think really needs to be uplifted. I'm pretty sure. I wish I could do everybody, but I
Yeah.
can't do everybody.
It's
But
a
I
lot of
will.
women out there. It's a lot
Man,
of women
it's
out there.
so many. Every year at our
It's so
sister
many.
strut, yeah, every year at our sister store, I get to hear so many courageous stories of survival and see so many women who are sick right then and there, and don't feel like getting out of bed, and they come to sister store.
Yep.
And I think it's amazing. So please donate also to the sisters. Ooh, excuse me, Sisters Network. They help with financial difficulties, and because it's a lot of money involved. Um, with this disease. A lot of people don't know it's not cheap, and
It's not.
sometimes insurance doesn't cover everything. So
That's
you
right.
need some help along the way, and that's what Sisters Network does. So please go to wgci.com/struck and donate. $1, $2, $3, it goes a long way. Trust me, God can give it right back to you. I promise you He will.
That's right.
Like instead of you could use part of your task and make sure he ain't gonna be mad. I promise you he won't.
Yep.
So yeah, this is something that I'll be kicking off. If not tomorrow, definitely Sunday. But you guys can start the submissions rolling in now. This is something that I wanted to take the initiative to do and just to give back.
And I'll
You
talk
know,
to Frankie too, so we could do some type of partnership with it as well with the restaurant. Maybe some dinners or something for the ladies.
that'll be
Okay.
nice. Maybe
That'll be
we'll have
nice.
a dinner for them, a little date
Yep.
night, or who knows, because
We'll talk
a
about
lot
that.
of women have children and they still have
Mm-hmm.
to cook, and a lot of
Yep.
single moms and they have to
Yep.
provide for their kids.
And
So
like I say, I had to support. Not everybody has that. So, I knew a lot of women that were going through it that didn't have that. So, it's
Right. And you
important to
guys are
them.
doing something right now too, right? You guys are doing like 10% off or something like that.
Right. For the month of October, we're doing 10% off anybody that walks in with a breast cancer ribbon, anything pink, something that shows awareness. Yes, girl. So come on in with your breast cancer ribbon, something that shows breast cancer awareness. You get 10% off your meal this month.
I love
And
it,
this is
Stephanie
the jerk
Love.
that I love you too, Frankie. I so appreciate you.
You
I
so
so appreciate
courageous. You so amazing.
you. Yep.
And if you guys know somebody who has a story, actually, I'll be featuring the winner next week on Big Girl Thursday. So I'll be announcing the winner and featuring the winner. They probably won't even know because they
Right.
probably not watching this that they're gonna be the winner. But I'm gonna just
Right.
like have them on and then be like, you know what? So yeah, that's something that we doing. But
That'll be nice.
yes, thank you so much for coming on. Tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. Give everybody your social media.
Yes, I'm at the Jerk Pit Evanston on Instagram. On Facebook, you can find me at the Jerk Pit Team. The business page is the Jerk Pit, and we're located in Evanston, 2430 Main Street. We sell Jamaican soul food, so we got everything from like jerk chicken, oxtails, curry goat, jerk
Yes,
pork, jerk
God.
wings, jerk steak. We got
Aki
packages
and
that you got.
sausage,
Yes,
dumpling,
that's
green
Frankie's
banana.
favorite. That's Frankie's favorite. Yep. So come on in. You can find our website with the full menu is at www.thejerkpit.com. So you can find everything there. All
Thank
right.
you so much for
Not a
joining us
problem.
tonight.
Not a
And
problem,
I'm
Frankie.
gonna
I
get you back on
appreciate you.
here another time and we're
Another
gonna
time
talk.
when we gonna talk about some thick girl stuff.
There you go.
Okay.
So yeah, man, don't forget y'all tune in tomorrow. We kick off in the mix show takeover at 12 o'clock with me, my bro DJ Man. Make sure you check me out on 12 to 3 and make sure you follow me, Frank Rock 107. I appreciate you, Chicago. Make sure you wear your mask too,
Wear
because
your
numbers
mask
are
because it's
going back
serious.
up. Numbers are going up. They are on the rise.
Yeah.
So please wear your mask, put the guns down, pick the bag up, love each other. I'll see y'all. Thank you so much, Ebony. I love you.
All
Hey,
right. Love you
Mr.
too,
Bennett.
baby.
Thank you so much. Love you. Talk to y'all later. Oh, what the hell?